Hello, it's Christmas time at Swindonweb. Come on in, join us. Hello and welcome to the fourth and final part of Swindonweb's Festive Flavours, all part of preparing you for the Christmas season with some wonderful food made from ingredients, many of which are being sourced locally. Now, if you've missed any of the first three parts, we did some wonderful canapes, a fabulous salmon starter, and of course the pièce de résistance of the turkey last week. And if you did miss it, then you can see it all on swindonweb.tv. And it's all been done here in our fabulous kitchen with these great decorations, and a big thank you to Lesley Garden Centre for providing this for us, just part of a great selection that they have there at the centres. Now, before we get to dessert this week, we're joined of course by Lesley Holdship again, who is our resident chef and food guru and drinks guru, because that's what we're going to start off with, aren't we?
Well, if it comes to cider, then most definitely. Yes, we're going to make a mulled cider.
Now that's a little bit different to what we normally would have.
In fact, it's more attuned with wassailing, which is something was getting people together and going to people's houses. So a bit like when you're carol singing, going and being as a collective and drinking apple juice or cider that's been mulled. So in the sense of being mulled, it means that it's being warmed up with spices. Which
we obviously need at this time of year with it being a bit chilly outside.
We do. So let's turn on the heat. And we're just going to warm up some cider. So if I open that one, would you like to pour that into the pan?
Pouring I can do.
Can you?
Yes, strangely enough.
Very good.
There we go.
Well, you have two of those.
Okay, is there any special cider that we should be having? Is it sort of pear cider, apple cider?
You can use perry, which is pear cider. But I quite like just classic apple cider. But what I would suggest is that you buy one of the bottled ciders that is perhaps a single variety or a cider that, for instance, this one is from the Witchwood Brewery, which is near Witney, so it's fairly local. But it's not Strongbow or Bulmers or something like that. You want something that's got a bit more flavour than that. They're a bit too fizzy. So we'll have that one in there as well.
It sounds a little bit more Old English than
Yes, I suppose
wine.
It is. That's a very good simile, actually, Old English. So
lovely.
Beautiful. And it does taste appley, this kind of cider. Would you mind putting
Great,
that over?
Yep.
So some of the spices that we have we've got, I've chosen a few a little bit more up to date because we're kind of doing a little bit of a twist here, aren't we?
So we've got contemporary twist to a classic.
We've got the usual sugar.
Yep.
And we've got the usual cloves, and we've got some orange. Now I've chosen some bay leaf and some vanilla and some juniper berries and a few peppercorns.
Oh, lovely.
And what I really love about this kind of thing is having a bit of heat during this time of year because you're looking for something that's going to warm you up. We've also got a bit of cinnamon stick. Actually, this kind of cinnamon stick is great if you go down the Manchester Road and buy that from the Indian supermarkets. And then that's just some mixed spice.
Lovely.
So should we add a few of those in? I'll tell you what you'd like to do.
Right.
Is just stick a few of those cloves into the orange for me.
Yes, of course, the traditional thing.
So we'll just put that cinnamon in. So it is cinnamon bark. It's just large bark. Right, so we'll just stick, that's lovely. So that again, the clove starts to pierce the skin of the orange.
I'm almost
it brings
a
out the
professional.
essential oils.
Look at that.
Lovely.
Fabulous. So just drop that in?
Pop him in, yes, gently, that's it.
Okay, lovely.
All right, so you've got orangey hands, or whoops.
No, that's lovely.
So we'll just push in some of that sugar.
And what's lovely is all of these ingredients are so easy to find these days,
They're store-cupboard ingredients, aren't they, as well, really, most of them. Now, the only thing that might be a little bit luxurious is our little vanilla pod. So we'll just put that in there and then we'll just have a little bit of the mixed spice.
How lovely.
There we are. So then you can just have that if you've got guests coming, if you've got people coming carol singing.
I'm feeling all festive and lovely.
Yes.
Oh, it's gorgeous, isn't it?
So that won't take too long to warm up at all. We'll get a few of those little bits and pieces. You could do slices of orange if you wanted to. If you wanted to put those in.
And again, you could sieve the bits out.
Yes, I think they're quite nice like that, don't you?
Cheers. Merry Christmas.
And to you. Thank you very much.
Cheers. You'll get yours in a minute. Promise. Well, before we have too much of that,
yes,
I suppose we better get on with dessert. And you said that you had an alternative to a traditional Christmas pudding. We're
going to make a kind of a Christmas bomb, is what we're going to. So a B-O-M-B-E. So
yes, thanks for the clarification.
Kind of ice cream bomb. So what we're going to start off with is we're going to start off just with a bowl, a pudding basin lined with cling film. Okay, and it doesn't have to be neat because cling film is my arch enemy. I really can't stand it, but for this kind of thing, it works really well. And then what we also have is a panettone, which is something that you only buy at Christmas.
And this is the traditional Italian.
It is, yes.
Dessert. This is their equivalent of our Christmas cake sort of thing, isn't it?
And it's an enriched bread, and it should have peel and dried fruits in there, and you can really only buy it at Christmas. Now then, so you can see that it's almost like a brioche. So if you can't get a panettone, then buy brioche.
But it's quite light, and again, you can go to a lot of different places and get this.
And you can get different sizes as well. Now you can see all that beautiful peel in there.
Lovely.
Now what we're going to do, and if I slice this,
right,
I'm going to put one in the bottom, and I'll get you to put the rest around the edge.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, so once you've got your mould ready,
lovely,
then just cut a little bit extra, which we're going to just use as a lid, or when we turn that out, it's going to be a base. So what we've got in here is some double cream. Would you like to whip that?
I somehow knew that was going to be my job. There we go.
For you.
Okay.
And whilst you're whipping that, I've got some cream cheese here. You can use mascarpone, which, as we've got Italian flavours, you know, you can use that if you want. But I'm just using some cream cheese.
Look at that.
Look at that. Cool, you're strong.
Pretty good.
Now, what I've chosen to put in this is some Toblerone. Now, the reason I've chosen that is because I quite like
Other chocolate bars are available.
Oh, yes. I quite like using nougat. But you can't always get nougat.
Right, okay.
So, but Toblerone obviously is nougat in chocolate.
Perfect,
So
yes.
I've chosen that and I've just chopped that up. So you can have, if you'd like, a few dried apricots. You can put whatever in here that you like. But we've got apricots, and you can macerate those in a little bit of alcohol, which we're going to be putting in this time. But you can...
alcohol. I hate having alcohol with our dessert.
I know. So we'll put a little bit of that in there. But what we can also do is just put a little bit around our bowl like that.
You're very restrained with that, I notice.
But you think so, do you? Can't put that there. So we'll stir that through there. And then we're just going to add that into that cream. So I think we'll put it into that bigger bowl, shall we?
Right, okay.
Yeah, just get rid of that whisk then, perhaps that's a good idea.
You were thinking I was going to make a mess then. I know, I was getting the look. Did you see that?
It? Yes.
Lovely.
Good job. Good job you had hold of that, actually.
That nearly went for a
Try
burden.
to stir that through.
Okay, lovely.
Let's put that over here.
So I think that's pretty well stirred. What do we do next?
Right, we need to spoon that into the bowl. I've got a spatula if that makes it easier, but just get it all, it should all go in there.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Beautiful.
And the last one there.
And the thing with this kind of ice cream method, making this kind of ice cream, is that you need the very thick double cream. The fat content in there should give you a nice smooth ice cream. Beautiful. That's lovely.
Okay.
So then the last thing that we need to do is just to
put its lid on.
Very simply, just put a lid on. It doesn't have to be a perfect, because this is going to be on the bottom.
Lovely.
And then just fold the cling film over. Do you think you could manage to put that in the freezer for me?
I think I will just about try. Fantastic. I think I can do that.
There we are.
Lovely. Okay, so from there into
the freezer, then.
Our freezer.
Yes.
And look, as if by magic, because this is television,
did you make that?
Here's one I made earlier.
Oh, you made that.
Anyway, but it is, look at that, fabulous.
Beautiful.
Really is lovely. Lovely and festive there.
Look at that decoration.
I'm not sure if the decoration is a little bit, almost as big as the pudding, but we'll just lift that off very gently.
Right, so hopefully, now you could...
I love the fact that this does look exactly like the one we put in, which is nice.
There we are. So then, it's broken off a little bit, but with all those beautiful pieces in there, can you see all the lovely fruits and that chocolate and the fruits that have been macerated in the
what a lovely, refreshing and actually not too heavy.
It's actually quite light. I know we've looked at all the ingredients, but I used a light, soft cream cheese for that. And I know we've got the double cream in there, but with the fruit as well, it is much lighter than a Christmas pudding. It's very nice.
Fantastic. Well, we hope you've enjoyed this series of Swindonweb Festive Flavours. We've certainly had a lot of fun being here and a lot of people behind it to thank. First of all, to Liz Poulton, to In-House Catering, to Coles Hill Organics, Crump the Butchers, and of course to Lesley here. Thank you so much, Lesley. Fantastic fun as always. And also to David and Adrian here at the National Self-Build and Renovation Centre, who provided this wonderful set for us, and Potton Homes as well. Well, 2012 has been quite a year for Swindon and for us here at Swindonweb, covering all of those events from the Diamond Jubilee to the Olympic torch relay and all those other events and activities, and we certainly hope that you've enjoyed them. If you have missed any of those videos, don't worry, they are still available on swindonweb.tv. Now, just before we sign off, two people we need to introduce because you don't often get to see them, but it's Christmas, why not? They're the guys behind the camera. We've got James, our floor manager, and our director, editor, and more, of course, the one and only Mr. Tom Sykes. Thank you very much indeed for watching as well. We've had a lot of fun. We hope you have too. And we look forward to continuing bringing you news in and around Swindon in 2013. In the meantime, from all of us here to all of you, wish you a very Merry Christmas and a happy, healthy and prosperous 2013. Cheers.